Alright, guys. I haven't pressed play yet. What are we giving this one, huh? We think about like 6.5. Possibly. There's a lot. That's a lot of makeup that she got going on. It's like kind of caked on, you can tell. She got the fake hair, so. Oh my goodness. Let's see what this individual has to say.
Obviously, the news today is that Kobe Bryant has passed away in a helicopter crash. First, to be honest, I didn't think it was real. I was like, is this real or is this just another rumor that's going around? And then after looking into it more, I'm like, okay, this is real. It's on television, or we're supposed to think it's real at least. So, but no,
So she's see, this is some actual conspiracy theory shit right here. Oh, well, we're supposed to think it's real. She's about to show us why we just can't listen to these bras, guys.
I do think it's real. And so, it's interesting because I do see a lot of black women who are, again, with this like faux sympathy. Like, it's just so easy to get black women emotionally worked up over stuff. So, oh, Kobe, oh, this or that. And I'm just thinking, like, he really didn't give a fuck about black women. So I was actually kind of surprised that.
And here we go. God, the man ain't been in the ground, ain't in the ground yet. He really ain't. But, he didn't really care about black women. Like, because what, his wife is insanely hot? Oh my goodness. Let's let it continue.
There was all these posts flying up on social media and whatever. And I do think it's quite interesting. But again, it's easy, like I said, to tap into the emotions of so-called black American women in particular. Now,
she ain't wrong.
I took a few notes on this because the thing is, I've been telling you guys since I've been on social media. So that's probably been it's 2020 now. So it's been about 6 years that I've been saying things are going to escalate. Things are going to get worse. Nobody is exempt from just the vengeance that the Dark Mother in particular brings upon people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
If you live your life and carry out your life in a certain way to get certain things in return, then you're going to get it. And these days you're going to get it quick. There's no waiting period any longer for the bullshit that people receive due to the things that they do. And, just...
What do you know that he's done? Outside of the whole Colorado situation, we're not getting into that. What do you know that he's done? Because even I don't know about the Colorado situation. I personally do not put myself in any circumstances that I was not physically there for, primarily because it leaves me space to be like, wait, I don't have all the information. I need more information. But she's like, oh, the Dark Mother. Oh, my God. Oh.
Acts that they carry out. So I wrote a few notes here. And like I said, I think it's interesting how people are quick to mourn celebrities just based on the fact that they're on national television or international television.
Deal is that Kobe made quite a few people quite a good amount of money. I ain't particularly betting on him with the LA games, but he's an athlete. And he was he was a great athlete. I got a cousin that's like literally crying. He was like, oh my goodness, I'm crying. You guys know me. I gave it like a blurb, but ultimately, like, let people, if people do feel some kind of way, there's literally nothing wrong about it. I never sit there and say, oh, this is how I feel, but you shouldn't feel the way that you feel because I'm not a woman.
And it's like nobody really looks at the things that the people do. It's just all like, oh, well, this person was a celebrity and, they dribbled a ball well. So, I feel so bad about, just what happened.
You do realize that his daughter was there with him. I mean, it's just tragic all around and it was rather sudden. So it really is a bit of a shock to people's systems to, for somebody who we weren't expecting it. No, if you sat there and made bets this morning, like, who do you think's gonna kick the bucket today? Betty White is higher on that list than Kobe Bryant was, okay?
And then yada yada yada. And my thing is, a lot of people are just wasting time with this faux sympathy type of thing. And
it's not faux sympathy. The deal is that when something such as this happens, people take their own mortality into account. Like, oh shit, yeah, that thing does come up really quickly. Now over here, we have no problems with that because death has had its arms on my shoulders since I was like 13 years old. But there's many people who go about their lives and just not think about it. And when someone so relatively young and in shape, just particularly in a horrific way that they went, I mean, bruh, helicopter crash? Man, like I take flights and I don't have a problem getting on flights, but I know that during that flight time, my life is in God's hands, okay? Because if there's something that happens with that plane and we just start dropping, I can't protect. Like, even in a car, I feel like I got a fighting chance if I can see the crash happening in front of me. Nah, man, because I can get to some solid ground and be cool. But no, that ground is the fastest thing coming at you when you up in the air.
I think it's all bullshit. I think a lot of the people is posting, RIP, not everybody, but I do think a good number of people are like, it's all bullshit to me.
I mean, and she's not wrong in that guesstimation. Like, but my irritation with her was like, he never did anything for black women. No, but she's not wrong in the guesstimation that there are some people who just, for the shine. But I also know quite a few, particularly sports fans, who, I mean, these people live and die for their squads, and there's a certain level of decorum that is proper to take place when someone of Kobe's magnitude, when it comes to the sports world, there is a level of decorum that is to be had. And come on, lady.
Now, another thing that I wanted to stress was, because this is the stuff that people don't think about. This is the stuff that people want to sweep under the rug. People like sweeping bullshit under the rug, especially in the United States of America. So my thing is, this man was accused of rape back in 2003.
So what's your point? Does that change the fact that he died today?
Okay, anally raping a woman who worked at a girl, I think she was 19, who worked at a hotel. So I'm like, and of course, these celebrities.
Why does that matter now?
Have enough money to pay people off and, to get stuff taken off their records and whatever else and all this type.
That's clearly not off his record.
Stuff, but the whole point is that shit happened. And, but if you.
And, you wasn't there for it. So what the hell?
Have money, you can, let's just sweep it under the rug, and let's just, if you're a celebrity, they dribble the ball well, so what else, whatever other things they do, we don't give a fuck, right?
Basically, yeah, talent wins out, bitch. Okay, seriously, talent wins out. It is what it is. If you are lucky enough to be able to make such an impact in so many people's lives that, when you do leave the mortal coil, people feel some kind of way and people are emotional about it, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. No reason for you to sit here and try to drag up some court case that happened way back in the day, by all means. And guess what? That man was going to court. From the basketball court to actual court, and like during a playoff series, if memory serves me correctly. Like, deal is, not all, like, my memory isn't fast enough to keep up with what was taking place back then, but I do remember this was big news. This was a huge thing. It was not, what the fuck are you talking about? It was swept under the rug. Like, seriously, there's tons, and I know there are tons of situations that do get swept under the rug, but this was not one of them.
People take, dignity and things of that nature out of the equation when it comes to celebrities.
People take dignity out of the equation when it comes to everything. Most folk don't know what dignity is. And honestly, dignity and integrity are two different things, darling. I can't help but feel like she might have meant integrity, but dignity out of everything. Golly, this is what we rock, folks.
Like they put these celebrities on this god status of they can do nothing wrong, basically. So it's quite interesting that a lot of women I've seen, a lot of women who especially talk about, just how the rates at which women are being raped and abused and things like that, but they're over here talking about R.I.P. Kobe. So
oh my goodness, my intersectionality. Oh, my feminism. What do you mean? How dare you? Yo, this is the worst take ever. And I didn't even want to do so this just ended up taking over the channel for the day because I didn't really want to go in on the Kobe situation because ultimately I had nothing to say. But this was sent to me like, hey, yeah, do you want to see what this person say? Bruh, come on, yo.
Just interesting the hypocrisy that I see from certain individuals.
You gonna name them?
And, he was obviously married. He had over 100 affairs. So that's another.
This sounds real speculatory. I mean, if we're going to be a G about it. And secondly, what business is it of yours? Particularly seeing how your butt hurt that he didn't marry a black woman.
He definitely, regarding the spiritual and the natural aspect of it, he didn't.
You don't know what spiritual or natural is, woman. Like, oh my God. Yeah, we're going to listen to a little bit more of this, but I'm not sure how much more I can stomach, guys.
I understand the first law of nature, which is the law of self-preservation. And we can see that by looking at his family. I wouldn't really say he was an ally of indigenous women, of so-called.
Who the hell gotta be an ally to yourself? That's it. Of indigenous women. Oh my God. He's not an ally. Like, yo, this feminism, man. Feminism. I'm not sure what I'm titling this one yet, but yo, this is like the worst possible take you could ever catch on this one. And actually, like, with a mouth like that, we'll bump her up to 6.5.
Black women in particular. And, these are.
And why she mix indigenous with black women? Those are two different things. Oh my goodness. Oh, feminine logic. Feminine logic takes on Kobe Bryant's the Kobe Bryant tragedy. Something like that. I'm going to title this something along those lines.
Most of the women that I see online expressing this sympathy for him, so it's quite interesting.
Okay, so as someone who's talking about spirituality and nature, you should know that it's like even if it is faux empathy, the thought that a woman is also just so nurturing, right? That nurturing nature of the feminine, yeah, it is going to, oh my goodness, that's so sad. Feminine minded dudes too, but that is more of the feminine nature. And she's just saying like, oh no, it's faux, it's fake, and I don't see why everyone's showing him so much love because he forcibly entered a chick and all this other stuff, which are actually, if memory serves me correctly, wasn't that a Caucasian woman? So I'm kind of surprised she didn't bring that up, but let's continue.
Another thing, he was known to make colorist statements, like.
Okay, and we're done. Colorist? Oh, colorist. Yo, this is the worst take. This is like, yo, guys, you hear all this feminine logic just on point right now? Okay, few more seconds. Let's keep going.
He did make a statement to one athlete where he was like, you go to the hole like a light-skinned dude or whatever.
I'm sorry, but have you seen that meme where Shamar Moore is like on the ground and he in half of his body's like laid out and the other half he's like propping himself up and it says this is how light-skinned dudes fall. Like, we've been cracking these jokes for generations. I don't know this woman's lineage. It's like, who the fuck are you? But like, these jokes have been popping for generations, and like, yeah, like El DeBarge ain't going drive the same way Michael Jordan going drive. Notice a lot of the greats super dark skin, right? I mean, and think about it, right? What is Seth? What's the Splash Brothers? What the two khaki colored brothers? What are they known for? 3-point shooting all the way out there. They ain't getting into the wilderness like that. They go every once in a while, but Like, yo, they ain't driving and dunking like that. So, I mean, maybe there's a point there. I don't know.
Kind of like a mocking type of thing. So that's quite interesting, especially being that, well, you're with a light-skinned, woman or whatever. So why are you making cracks and jokes about light-skinned guys?
Because it's hilarious, and particularly, they can be more effeminate. They can be seen as far less threatening than dark-skinned guys. That's called reality. You dizzy bedwench you. So you know what? I'm done. Like, this is feminism on just a million. And it's so backwards, and it's so pointless. And I keep telling you guys that we got more important things to worry about. The only people that even concern them, that are like super concerned about this, are the feminine minded. And boom, here we go. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff, if you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and bitch, you aren't the biggest fans of you boy over here. Bang the bell ding for notifications and speak. Let me know what do you think in the comments. This, guys, this is just so much venom and vitriol, particularly over someone that you didn't know personally, and everything that you're sitting here spewing. A lot of it's speculatory. A lot of it is just shit you just coming up with. So, and what does that have to do with the fact that the man died tragically? It's sad. It's a sad thing, and people are allowed to be sad about it. People are allowed to express gratitude for this man, bringing a small semblance of joy in their lives. Joy that people such as yourself, young lady, would love to just take away because you're miserable. You're a fucking miserable prick, and you want to make everybody else miserable with you. We don't play those games. But if you disagree with me, that's what I have a comment section for. Until the next one.